So where do you guys where do you guys start with something like this? There's so many different things to try to tackle when it comes to exercise or fitness or thinking about the clientele that might be rolling through there buying protein powder for the first time. Are you prescribing like very much beginner stuff? Is it, fat loss oriented, strength oriented? What do you got going on with that?
Yeah, so our whole process started with realizing that this is not our typical target market of people. I went to Walmart near my house and sat in the aisle for 4 hours. It was like a week and a half before COVID hit. And I was there without a mask. And it was just like when people were really on edge and I was just sitting there watching people shop for 4 hours. So I wanted to learn how price really mattered in Walmart, and how sensitive people are. If I go buy a $50 tub, 5-pound thing of protein, that's my normal price, but it's $27 on the shelves there. And that's a giant difference. And then my original thought was I want to sell our programs for 50% off of what our normal ebook would be of $47. It's well, you can't be in the $20 range because now you're the same price, if not more expensive than a lot of the protein that's on the shelves. And then you look at the pre-workouts right next to it, and you're definitely more expensive than the pre-workouts. That stuff's in the $15 range. So I wanted to think about meeting people where they're at and making it as easy of a process as possible, where they just look at it and they go, "Oh, of course, I have to buy this along with the protein." It's not really a huge just problem if it ends up in their cart. So we got our price point below $10 to $9.48, which is, in all honesty, I was blown away that I was okay going that low. It was one of those, am I really going to put my whole life into something and sell it for $9.48? This seems like I'm ripping myself off. But we figured out, by doing digital downloads, not having to have printing and actually releasing a full book, it became an easier process. And we build one website. We're setting up serial codes, so they go in and they basically take what looks like a gift card. So it's a bigger gift card, but a 3x5 card, and it's program specific. So what are the 3 highest goals that basically everybody has, whether they are seasoned or brand new? They want to lose weight, they want better conditioning, or they want to get stronger. So that's the route we took, which is assuming they're in the beginner to maybe intermediate phase of training. How do we write those 3 programs over for a 6-week period to, get people moving? And then how do we change the education process? Because that used to be the thing that would annoy me so much when when you walk into a store like that and there's waist trainers and a bunch of slim fast stuff, and you just go, God, I wish these people had something that just had a better education model than an easy to consume sugary product or something that will just actually never work. And in all honesty, now it's put up or shut up for me because I'm there. And we're giving them real strength conditioning work. We're giving them real conditioning programs. It's going to be very cool to just see how our education process meets the demand of where they're at. So those programs are all 6 weeks long, 30 days of training, 6 weeks, 5 days a week. Only one of them is done in a gym. Everything else is at home with just a pull-up bar, or it's a conditioning program from wind sprints to longer term stuff, just more of an aerobic capacity type setup. So that piece was really important to be able to get the price point down and be able to write programs that we're proud of, that are, if we can just not trick them, but write a good program that works. Maybe they've never seen it. Maybe they're actually genuinely interested in it, instead of jumping on a trampoline and trying to lose weight, whatever weird stuff people do. So that's where we started. And then it was the process that we were very unaccustomed to. How do you build a display that stands out on a shelf? How do you make 3x5 cards with serial numbers on them at checkout so that it talks to our website and automatically generates an email to them to get their programs to them. All that stuff was just the learning curve. But the actual programming piece, I'm really stoked on, just because we get to get good programs in there. And I'm sure Billy Blanks is living up in a mansion somewhere in Carlsbad, California, high atop the world, but I don't want people kickboxing air in their living rooms. I want them out training and doing what I think is important.
Will there be like different levels to each program? Like, let's say somebody runs through that first 6 weeks, would the hope be that they just start over? Or is there going to be like, okay, you did level 1, let me go check out what level 2 is? Or is there like some like a form of progression?
Yeah, that's absolutely the program. I mean, if I were to, I'm sure we're all relatively aware of the program in the book. But what I really envision us doing is creating like a body for life, in which we have this initial program. We've got kind of the testimonials baked into the email sequences that they get to keep them engaged and motivated. How to take before pictures, how to take the after pictures, what measurements matter. Is it just the scale? Are you able to get some body measurements to see actually what you have going on? So those pieces I love Body for Life. That was like the first real training program. And I've always thought that it was just so awesome how they built the program. And then it was like 9 chapters of inspiring testimonials, and they changed millions of people's lives. It's just one program.
Was a genius. He was amazing.
So yes, could they redo it over and over and over again? Absolutely. Could they buy any of the other programs that we have on our website? Absolutely. Once they're a part of our ecosystem, they're going to continually be brought into our programs and our methodology more and more. But for right now, 3 is enough. I got to get these 3 moving first.